all of my days as like, what is the highest impact thing that can contribute to that? So I read this great book that gave me this epiphany on wealth creation that happened in law school that completely changed the trajectory of my life. So before Lawtrades, I actually launched one of the first apps on the Facebook App Store. I was basically just allowed people to customize their Facebook cover photo. This is back in 2011. And I launched this site, and somehow it basically went viral, and it reached like 30 million hits a month. And I sold some AdSense, banner ads on it, and made a decent six-figure income while I was in law school. And the idea came from me when I read this book called, it's going to sound super cheesy, the title, called Millionaire Fastlane. And I guess I was just like on the internet Googling around, like it was literally just like, how do people get rich? How do people make money? Like what makes millionaires different than people that are just like, high six-figure folks or whatever. And it was really just this idea of like creating a system that generates income while you sleep. Right. Like there is the correlation between your hourly output and the amount of wealth that you create is cut. It's something completely else.
Right.
And it's been done with books. You write it once, you sell it a million times. It's been done with music. You record an album, gets distributed to hundreds of millions of people. And it's being done now with product on the internet, right? So I was just like, okay, like when I thought about this Facebook app idea, I was like, okay, well, what if this was on the internet? It was a website. It's self-serve. Anyone can use it. It's open 24/7. It's global. It cost me $15 a month in hosting fees to sort of get it up. Like this sounds, and it's like, I think it's going to be a big deal because once Facebook rolls out their, cover photo banner image in 2011, a lot of people will go onto this website and change it to like Justin Bieber things or inspirational quotes. Think of it, it's like wallpapers, right? It's been done before. And it was that process of reading that book, understanding how true wealth is created, which is owning assets, not a high income salary. It made me I just decided right then and there, I can't be a lawyer. I can't be these sort of professions that my parents want me to be.
Right.
It's not going to allow me to achieve the level of impact I want to achieve. Right. And and I've already sort of like not pursued the path of music, I wanted to be a pro skateboarder. I didn't pursue the path of skateboarding. I didn't pursue the path of like, I wanted to be a video editor, producer person. Also, I was doing that for fun. I was always told no to all those things because there wasn't a high salary tied to it. There wasn't a prestige tied to it. There wasn't a degree tied to it. So everyone told me no, and I listened to them. And I made a decision right then and there in my second year of law school that like, I'm not going to listen to anybody anymore. I'm only going to listen to people that have already done the thing that I want to do, that I want to become, the person I want to become. And I'm still like this today. I've listened to very little business books, very little startup advice, because the vast majority of them come from people that actually haven't done the thing, right? They're curators. They're a parrot. They're repeating whatever someone else is repeating. And then you're blindly following things that may or may not be sort of relevant to you. Now, when I listen to like audiobooks or I listen to business like books, it's more like I read it or I listen to it and it just like checks off what I'm already doing. I'm just like, okay, just making sure what they did at PayPal in the early days. Yep, I'm doing that. I'm not actually getting anything new from it. It's just a little bit more of like a reinforcement sort of thing. But it's that idea that you have to own assets, and you guys probably know about this, and maybe your listeners know about this, and it's kind of just repeating the same thing. But it was quite a big realization for me at that point, and it's quite a big realization for me to remind myself too. Even running this company, right? It's not about these short-term windfalls. It's not about the money that I make right now. It's about taking the equity that I own, and how do I 10x that? How do I 1000x that? How do I 10,000x that? How do I build this into like, I want, if this doesn't become $1 billion company in like 5 years, like I'm going to quit, right? Like maybe not, right? But like, I'm going to be very, very disappointed.
Right.
Right. Because and that's a very specific, particular direction that you go in, and you do things in a way that most people don't do things. So again, there's nothing wrong with building a great sort of passive small business, right? Like again, there's nothing bad or good about any of this. It's just like it's a choice of what you want. Like I want that. I know that is the path to like wealth creation. I want this to be a generational company that could get passed down to my kids. I want this to be a public company. I want to be the biggest employer in the world at some point, and it's all like on the internet. And in order for me to achieve all those things, I can't do something that's tied to my time, tied to my hourly rate. Doesn't matter if I charge like the biggest, the most ballerous law firm partners are making millions of dollars, or they're charging like $1,500 an hour, which is really high, right? So that's pretty high. But you reach a certain threshold because as soon as you stop answering emails, you don't make that money anymore. As soon as you go to sleep, you're not billing for that money. I want to, if I want to, I want to go in a hole for 5 days and read and write and be in a cabin and make art and record music. And when I'm in that state, I get the best ideas. But I need it to be in a way where like I don't just stop making money when I go off into these like deep dives or whatever. So it was really important for me at that stage to build something. I didn't even know what a company was. I didn't even know what a company looked like. I didn't know anything. I just knew that I wanted to build on something that creates value over time and use that time to compound, use that time to my advantage, whether it's learning, whether it's revenue growth, whether it's team building, everything takes time. And I view all of my days as like, what is the highest impact thing that can contribute to that in any given day?
That's so powerful. Oh, sorry, I cut you off there.
No, that's it. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think I kind of relate that back to, I recently read Naval's book, The Almanac, and I feel like a lot of the things that you just mentioned there are very applicable. He goes about this framework. I almost kind of make it into a triangle of, what's permissionless code and the kind of media. And I think me and Sheriston realized early on, this is permissionless. It's going to be kind of, out there, and it's going to be working for us in different ways that we don't even know. Whereas, giving out your time, there's a certain limitation on it, and you can't really build out for the future.